Hello gamers, this is Jrad.
And this is Dan.
We'd like to welcome you to Wildfire Gaming, where today we have a 3-part series of Martell v Targaryen. We're starting off right now with Game 1. Enjoy. So I should point out here that myself, Jrad, is playing the Martell side, and Dan is the Targaryen in this matchup. So we do get the option to mulligan our opening hands if we decide to. It looks like both of us are keeping though, which is quite rare to be honest.
Yeah.
Normally you take that. Yeah, you normally take that free mulligan though to help out, but
could always be worse.
It could always be worse. Okay, so we've got a 4-card setup here for Martell. Looks like 3 for Targaryen, and we flip.
Few characters versus a few locations. Oh, and big one there to see is the Red Viper.
Okay, so we have a setup overlay here so you can easily see all the cards.
Bit of a risky move, chucking that Viper out there by himself.
It is, but you know, he's so good, you can't hold him back. So I've got the income, I've got Street of Sisters, which is perfect on setup because when it comes into play it does discard our location, but on setup that doesn't count.
Jogo on the Targaryen side, always nice to see early, try and get some card draw going.
You do love a good Jogo. That Street of Silk's good to start off with though for the Martell deck.
Oh yeah, best time to see it is straight away.
Definitely going to be going for some sort of early aggression here from Martell with a Viper out, I think.
Use him or lose him.
Alright, so first plot coming up. Ooh, look at that, we've got early aggression here with the 2-claim plot coming out first for Martell.
Coin flip, see who goes first.
Indeed. Now, what's the point of the Targ agenda here, the Targ plot here? I mean, there's no king or queen in play.
Stare of execution, the classic power struggle with a decent amount of gold, so get that out of the way early, and then you can use to be a dragon to stand and bring someone back from death.
I see. You don't think the Fury plot would be a better choice?
Well, it's a great choice. The only problem is it takes up your restricted card, so...
and what holds the restricted slot for this Dothraki deck?
In this deck, it's the, I believe, Negotiations that the create set.
Another amazing plot card. Yeah, that's a great plot card.
It is an amazing card.
Oh, what's coming out now? Kneeling for 3. Oh, Quentin's out. First turn.
First round Quentin as well.
That is, you can't get much better than that for Martell.
Tell me about how this works for you.
Quentin is a beast, short and simple. So people that don't know, this is the character agenda Quentin, that when he dies becomes my agenda, and all unique Martell characters gain Vengeful, and I draw a card once they stand for Vengeful. So he is amazing.
See Ariane there as well.
You see
raising claim again.
You see pretty much the best characters I have in my deck on the board right now.
This is a strong start. The Targ player must be thinking, do I put characters out and try and do this, or do I just leave it and play Valor next round?
It's got to be a hard choice. I mean, these are my best characters out straight away. Obviously, Ariane will raise the claim for a green or a blue challenge when she goes in on this round.
Right over to Targ then.
He's got to be thinking he needs to get rid of these attachment locations in his hand.
Brown Ben's always nice and free.
Can't really see his hand, so I'm wondering how many locations and attachments he actually has in there. As you know, breaking and entering, if I get a location or attachment as part of the claim, I get to use it. You see Vanguard come out.
Great new card from the latest cycle.
He's got to be hoping for some sort of the army here.
There is Drogo's Horde.
Drogo's Horde reduced by 1 for every Dothraki I've out.
Bit of Crone, and a Handmaiden.
Not the best, but at least you got something of it. Now they do come straight into play or to your hand?
Straight into play. Straight into play. Which is the benefit of the Vanguard. And playing a bit of Crone there, another one. Just the extra icon, bit of extra strength out there.
You've got to be thinking with Targ dropping all these characters here that he's not too worried about the Red Viper. No, but now he doesn't kneel to attack, so that's a big thing for Martell.
Maybe a bit of an oversight there, but I guess that's what Dothraki generally tend to do. Try and get as many bodies out as possible and overwhelm the opponent.
You got to be thinking he was hoping for something better than a bit of crone off that Death Vanguard.
Definitely aiming for a Drogo's Horde or a Braided Screamers potentially.
Okay, so Ariane's gonna be pretty deadly in this matchup. I mean,
not literally, figuratively.
Figuratively, three claim challenge, either green or blue, coming at you this turn.
Tell me, how does it feel as a Martell player to have a start like that, looking at that board?
It's scary because I gotta be telling you, gotta be fearing the turn 2 Valor, depending on your board here. I mean, 3 of my strongest characters out. Ooh, okay, so we've got AGo's Bow on Jogo.
AGo's Bow, great card.
Now, explain to me a bit about AGo's Bow.
Well, you can attack with Jogo alone now, steal somebody out that you don't want in the challenge, then kneel it to kill somebody, and because those bitter crones are out there, it can't be saved. Best used in ambush.
Best used in ambush, but you bring it out here on Marshland.
Kill somebody, lack of influence there, so I have to pay the gold to bring it out. Got it thinking here is going to be, because that is an attachment, it can trigger on Red Viper.
This is true, it can kill the Red Viper. Not much can kill him.
And straight in for an injury challenge there, raising the claim to 3.
Indeed, and I have Martell has Viper come along for the party because he doesn't kneel, so come along for all the challenges. So Martell claims 1 for renown there.
That is going to be painful.
And that's 3 cards from the Targaryen player's hand.
Wow. That's super effective. There's the Horde.
So we had it all along.
There's Ricaro.
The Horde is...
And a Deadly Calisar.
The Horde is -1 for each character, correct?
Yes.
So you think he could have got that out?
Potentially. He was 1 gold short there in the end.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 characters out and 1 gold left. Do you think?
It's, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 Dothraki there plus 1 gold.
4 Dothraki. That was Deadly Calisar.
After someone dies for a military claim, choose a standard
all Dothrakis. A very, very good card. Targ's going to be regretting this decision to have Viper not kneel.
Allow the Viper to... But what can they do?
So we've seen the 3 claim green. Now we're seeing...
Power challenge, which is with the Vipes.
Just to get the unopposed.
I wonder how much power you can claim in this one, man.
Renown on the Viper. And you've got to be thinking the 2 claim reds coming next. It's a fairly easy win there for the Martell player. Does he go with Quentin or just the Viper? You'd say Quentin stealth someone, Viper comes in.
Guarantee it then.
And we see that.
Quentin's only going to be killed off for claim anyway, so might as well use him now.
It's definitely got to be in the Targaryen player's mind if he decides to attack for a red challenge that Quentin will just die and become active. Unless he has some way to, I'd say, nightmares him before I kill him.
Can't imagine a Dothraki deck running nightmares, but
no, they're normally quite aggressive decks. But then we see the unopposed and the renown, so Martell's on 5 power, not a bad first turn. 2 claim red challenge here.
Targ decides to kill off the Harbinger and one of the bitter crones.
5 power turn. Not bad for turn 1, considering I couldn't steal power off you. As you
Imagine if you could have, wow.
It would have been very good. Fortunately, with 1 card left in hand, not many options for the Targaryen player.
Options at all. Straight in for that military challenge. Probably declaring stealth on the Viper to get it unopposed.
Looks like that's exactly what happens, and Quentin is claimed and now becomes active. All unique Martell characters now are vengeful.
Too focused on trying to draw those cards up.
Yeah,
the lack of answers in hand, but...
Jogo's ability is to draw 1 card for each Dothraki character in a red challenge attacking with you.
But it's a clear mistake there, letting Quentin become character agenda.
Does look one-sided. I mean, Targaryen's got to be thinking,
what
Valor
the
next
hell
turn.
do I do here?
He's got to be thinking that, look, there's 2 characters I really want to kill on the opponent's board.
Red Viper with power on him, significant power on him.
Obviously, this could be countered by a Power of Blood block card. We'll have to see. But if no one's seen this Quentin deck before, it's quite popular. It's been played at most of the recent tournaments. It saw appearances at Gen Con, at Nationals, at Regionals.
I believe it won Gen Con in the end.
And I believe it also had a very good showing at the Australian Nationals too. And I mean, why not? I mean, Quentin is such an amazing card, combined with all these unique characters that activate when he is.
All these renowned characters. I think here you see me thinking over how big a mistake it was to do with military transfers.
Definitely want to either try and blank Quentin or discard him from play rather than have him activate. Hopefully we see the Bash Brothers at some point. Of course, I'm referring to Garrus and Archibald, but...
And Quentin as a character, it's just one of my favourite characters from the story.
The whole story of him and his friends travelling, definitely a very good part of the books. No spoilers, hey? No spoilers, I guess.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, so we see me defending the green challenge here. Obviously, turns out I really like my cards.
Yeah, that is not a good sign.
Obviously, Viper will claim Renown here as well, going up to 6 power.
4 power on that Viper, wow.
Yeah. Obviously, I could have just defended it with the Viper and still won, but I was just making sure he had no ability to buff his characters there.
You would have lost dominance anyway, so there's no point.
Did have the one gold on
yeah.
I don't see much option for Targaryen to Valor here, or some other sort of control plot, maybe to try and kneel my characters, something. Jogo does have his attachment, but Viper and Ariane are just so strong. And you're going to be thinking, if I can keep these characters out, I'm going to keep going very aggressive.
Well, looking at those characters.
The Viper's got 4 power on him. And no dupe.
Yeah,
so
give you a chance to dupe him up and then...
Good time to kill him. Obviously, I'm probably going to go with a very aggressive plot to try and counter the Valor, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so we've got plot selected, and it looks like the Valor is indeed coming out. No Power of Blood though, we've gone for Men of Pride instead.
Going to respond strongly with a 2 claim.
So that Men of Pride is non-unique characters or keywords, which can be useful, but it's mainly there for the 4 gold 2 claim. And there goes the board reset. Wipes Jogo with the bow, which is good for me, but I lose House Messenger. Oh well. But I lose Ariane and Red Viper in one swoop.
Ariane and Viper, 2 big losses.
2 big losses.
See how Martell recovers here.
Now with the mess with the coin here is obviously we're trying to decide who has initiative, but because Viper had power on him...
Targ gets to pick who goes first.
Indeed, but we're down to 2-2. Trying to draw in Marshall. Looks like Targ only has 3 gold plus Flea Bottom to go with, so not much. Whereas Martell's looking good, 4 gold on plot and a lot of income on the board.
Look at all those locations there.
That's plus 2 gold and that's 4 cost reduction. Martell has gone first. It looks like Targ gave him the initiative. So we've got 6 gold and we have the possibility to reduce 2 for Street of Street of Silk, and 1 each for the streets there. So what am I going to play here? Lowering for a red, lowering for a blue. And we bring the Viper's Bannerman out. Now this is the Martell restrictor card. It's taken a bit of a hit with the restriction of manning the city walls, which allowed you to put a army character into play from your hand. But obviously with this sort of income for Martell,
it's still super effective.
Very easy to get him out. And now of course he does reveal 2 cards off your deck and put them into your hand straight away when he comes into play.
2 characters, gotta be happy to see that after a Valor.
2 strong characters too. Lower by 2 and pay 1 for Sir Garrus Drinkwater. Now he gets his stealth and renown no matter what, thanks to a recent errata, but with the Quentin out and active as my agenda, he gains, after this character kneels to defend, choose and stand another character. Quite a beast.
3 costs for that.
And I get a dupe on him too, so...
3 costs, 2 icons, stealth, renown, is ridiculous.
And the ability once Quentin activates is just...
And which
so
he already is, so... It's going to be a long way back for Dothraki here.
It is. I mean, 2 very strong characters out. Obviously, it's unfortunate Viper loses his keywords for this phase round because of my agenda, but 2 claims got to hurt if you decide to put characters out. So we might just see Targaryen not put a character out here at all. I mean,
It's possible.
whatever they put out, they're going to lose. But they're going to be worried about that green challenge I could do. I mean, that's another two strength green challenge, 2 claim green challenge.
That's it. There we
From
go.
Bells, yep,
It's
he
a
comes
save.
out. He comes out, he's able to save. And then we get AGoT.
AGoT. Deadly.
Deadly AGoT. Definitely good move here, so he knows he can save AGoT.
Try and keep AGoT on the board at the end and build from there.
So this has got to be a green challenge straight up, you'd think. 2 claim.
Intrigue. What do we hit? A Price of War?
Last 2 cards in his hand. Looks like a Price of War and can't see the other one. But Garrus claims Renown there, and then I get unopposed. And then Viper's Bannerman comes in. Obviously, I'm not fearing the Targaryen challengers, considering they're on 0 claim this turn.
Not worried about just killing off Belwys. Decided power's more
I've
important.
got to
Try
be
and win this game.
I've got to be thinking here. I go for the blue challenge. I mean,
It's power that wins the game, I guess. 2 claim.
it is.
There's 2 power there to be taken.
It's going to be unopposed. I get 2 power. It's 3 power swing right there and 1 challenge.
Straight back up to 6, where you were.
Straight back up to 6.
7.
But obviously, any challenge he sends at me, I draw a card, I stand Garrus, and I win dominance. So he either doesn't send a challenge and just wins dominance here, which I think is the smart play.
Well, if you read AGoT's text, when he wins a military challenge, he gets to move a power from their losing opponent's
Oh,
house
so
card
yeah,
to.
definitely worth it then.
So
So
that
you
was the
do
play.
take a power
1 for
from me.
unopposed, and then should move 1 from you to myself.
Okay, I get to stand Garrus Drinkwater for Vengeful because of Quentin. Draw a card for that.
That card draw is just icing on top of the cake.
It's the Vengeful's good enough as it is, but yeah, the card draw, and then I take dominance, getting that power back. So it's looking like a very strong position for Martell here. I don't see a way back for Martell unless they start getting some income out.
Yeah. Targ has a long way to get back.
I mean, the Valors come out now. Whatever I put back on the board should stay there for a little while.
That's right.
And I've still got to the spears left to come. You know, that's a closeout plot. Alright, so I've got to be thinking I want to keep up the aggression here. Hand looks strong still. With the card draw from Quentin.
Targ is hoping for any way back into this game.
Okay, so we're at plot phase. You've got to be expecting Martell to keep being aggressive here. I mean, they've got Targaryen on the back foot. No income for Targaryen. Very few characters.
Renowned characters out from Martell.
Ah, the ye old forgotten plans.
Wow.
So I think the outplayed is a fair assessment here on the.
Just when you think it couldn't get any worse.
So what happens here, folks, is loyalty money combined does reduce the claim by 1 for your opponent when they're attacking you. However, Forgotten Plans blanks a plot card's tech box outside the plot phase, which means loyalty is blanked. So they're both just 1 claims for the phase, and you see Martell putting out yet more income. Can't get enough of that income. Now, I lost Oasis too. That's just rubbing salt in the wound, I guess. Wonderful card to get. Lost Oasis gives a character stealth, and when that character bypasses someone with stealth, kneel them. So good. And that's non-unique.
Super effective.
Now, Martell still has plenty of money here. You see lowering by 2 and by 1. And you see the second Bash Brother come out.
Wow. Another renown card.
Another Renown. This one has Deadly to go along with it too. And his ability with Quentin around is to kneel location when he kneels to defend. Not bad, Jeff.
Not bad at all, Jeff.
Now, is Martell done here? Nope, more to come. That's another 3 spent for a Aris Oakheart. Now, there is no Ally Mercenary to discard, but it is yet another Renown character.
What's that on the board? How many renowns on the board?
That's
there?
3. So Martell's obviously going for the rush here. They see the chance and they're trying to close it out quickly.
Why not?
Okay, so Targ's got to be shell-shocked here. They're going to be thinking, what can I do? They're going to try and...
Not a lot of cards in hand by the look of it, so we've got to play out whatever you can. Drogo, not bad.
Does get Khal Drogo, so he will get the chance to draw into some Dothraki cards, which would be quite nice considering his hand has been pillaged throughout this game.
Right from the get-go.
3 claim green, 2 claim green. So what's your assessment on the outcome of this game? Dan, as a Targ player, do you see any hope left?
Seeing the characters out there now, there really seems to be very little chance.
I mean, it is only 7 power to 2, but if you're looking at board control, Martell has it in spades.
I'm sure at this stage the Targ player is looking ahead, thinking about how to win game 2.
Well, you see a mistake there maybe from the Targ player. Green Challenge did discard the 2-be a dragon.
Could have potentially used that, but that's a costly one. I don't know if it would have saved them at all, but might have made it a bit more competitive.
Okay, so Garrus does claim the Renown and the Unopposed, putting Martell up to 9. Lost Oasis gets activated here. You've got to think on Archibald, since he already has Deadly Renowned, why not have Stealth?
Stealth, Deadly, and Renown now. Going for that
Indeed.
power
And Vengeful,
challenge.
don't forget Vengeful. They all have Vengeful except
have
for the
Vengeful.
Bannerman.
Once Quentin's out, and he's in there as a character agenda, what chance does anyone really have?
Coming out turn 1, so good. This is the power challenge with Archibald.
Kneeling AGoT.
Stealth AGoT, which kneels him. And if he chooses to defend with Khal Drogo, he does die for Deadly, but this could be what he wants.
Drogo also has Deadly, so that will
I see.
negate that, but still.
It does, even though you probably want Drogo to die. Okay, so it's undefended.
Undefended
That's
power challenge. What do we get up to? 12.
1 power for Renown, 1 for Unopposed, and 1 off him. Up to 12. I should be able to get a red off here with the Aris. And the Viper's Bannerman if I need to. Obviously, I do stand Vengeful as a challenge, so I'm not really too worried about the counter-attack.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm just going to go with Aris here, see if I can force my opponent to kneel both characters to defend.
Targ wants Drogo to die and get some characters, hopefully have some options next round.
This is true. So Aris will get his Renown, putting me up to 13 power.
Not bad at all, 2 power from winning the game here. Probably going to pick up dominance.
Well, you would think with Viper's Bannerman standing, and you, at least to win 1 challenge, will stand all my characters. And the important thing to note for Quentin here is I only draw 1 card for every time my things stand for Vengeful. So if all 3 cards stand for Vengeful, it's still only 1 card draw.
Right,
But if they stand 3 times 1 round, it's 3 cards.
Still super effective.
Still super effective.
Gonna make a player question whether or not to even bother challenging you.
And if I can get the attachment Taste for Blood out of my deck, which, as if I lose the challenge as a defender, attached character gains 1 power, it just really makes them question whether they want to attack or not.
That's rad.
Martell has been fortunate here. You can see the difference in income. It's 2 cards to about 50, 100.
At least.
Definitely power over 9,000. Okay, so it is Targaryen's challenges here. They can send a red challenge. Whether they can win it or not is another question.
Military challenge with Balbus.
Okay, so I could defend it with the Viper's Bannerman.
Not gonna win. Targ isn't gonna win dominance anyway, so might as well.
So
Let
which is
in
probably
there.
what I'm going to do here. I don't want to discard dupes on my important characters.
Either kill somebody or tie up Dom, I guess is the thought.
Now obviously if I do lose this I stand 3 characters, draw a card and claim dominance, which is good, but... Okay, so Martell has decided to defend this challenge. they will win it, and it will be a tie for dominance. So we'll be going to a next plot phase where Martell should be able to close it out, and then we will proceed on to game 2. Like I said, this is a best of 3, so there is a chance for Targ to redeem some honour, even though it looks like this Martell deck has him well and truly under control.
It's going to have to change things up to have a chance, that's for sure.
Obviously you can see the difference in income between the two decks. Martell is quite literally balling.
See if he gets this lucky next time.
Indeed, indeed. We'll see if the odds are in his favour.
But it does look like the clock is about to strike midnight on this Cinderella story, turning the Dothraki into the proverbial pumpkin.
Well said, Dan. Well said. Okay, so we have Negotiations, which is the Targaryen Fritter card.
Indeed.
Now, it is a great plot card, able to refill your hand with cards.
Looks
now,
like a desperate move here, though.
It does, considering he just drew 3 Dothrakis.
3 Dothraki, yes.
He's shuffling them back into his deck. Obviously, he's trying to search for some miracle card here to bring him out of the fire.
I don't know if there is one.
I don't know if there is one. Martell has played the closeout plot for them to the spears, meaning his characters will not kneel to attack. And with 3 renowned characters on the board, all with double icons, it seems like that's going to be the end of that.
Looks like we might well see the end here for the Dothraki.
That's what I said. How original. So we have draw here, followed by marshalling for Targaryen, who did win initiative.
So they will be going first.
They will be going first with the 2 claim plots, so if they can marshal out something significant, there is the chance for them to do some damage to Martell here. I mean, a 2 claim red challenge would kill the Viper's Bannerman most likely, as well as at least 1 dupe. However, if it's not strong enough red, Martell can defend it with all characters, and claim the needed power with the Renown alone. Targaryen's on a measly 4 gold. It's gotta hurt. This could help.
Some income. Wow.
Oh, 3 Cs. Look at that draw.
Could have used that sooner, no doubt.
I mean, it has influence for the Incinerates. It's got reduced to play characters. Herald comes out. Now, this is going to help him next turn, if there is a next turn.
I can't see it making that far.
You see Martell put out Taste for Blood just to rub a little salt in the wound there. Every time they lose a challenge, they will now claim a power. With only 2 power left to win, that's quite nice. More income comes out for Martell. And more income comes out for Martell. I would hazard a bet to say that nearly every income location in the deck for Martell is now on the field. Yeah.
Looks to me like Martell have hired Bran the Builder and put him to work.
Well said, Dan. Well said. And now we have Prince's Wrath here on Belwas of all people.
Belwas.
This is a weird choice, but obviously Martell is just playing the fool.
It appears to be a psychological ploy, for sure.
Do you think it was successful?
Typical Martell, well, clearly.
It is typical Martell. Okay, so it looks like the green challenge coming in first.
Can easily, potentially...
So I could defend this, claim the power for Renown on Garrus, or I could just lose and claim the power for Renown on Garrus.
For Taste for Blood, you mean?
For Taste for Blood. And as I do choose to lose this challenge, claim the power for Taste for Blood. My opponent does 1 more challenge against me that's not a blue challenge. I win the game automatically.
Any challenge here you can win. So he goes in with Aggo, chucks in the
Goes
deadly.
in with a 3 strength. Now I can defend this, claim the power for Renown on both characters, and win the game.
There we go, everybody's in.
Everybody's in for the win. So we see a 15-2 victory for Martell. It's quite dominant.
Better luck next time, I guess.
Okay, we see the fist bump, boom, and we're on to game 2.
Catch you soon.
Bye bye.